done to your bike?
I did the mud bike.
You want to show us how it works?
The mud like that.
Just like that, bit of milk bottle and bit of Kiwi know-how. Wednesday, managed to drag myself out to the garage because I got a bit of a bung toe at the moment. It's a bit septic. I kicked something and then it's gone a bit funny, but you don't need to know that, and you don't need a photo of it. It's all pussy. Anyway, that's going to stop me going for fish tomorrow. So first couple of days back at school, and I've got Friday off, and it's a long weekend, anniversary weekend or something like that. I don't know. I don't care. I've got Monday off and Friday, and yeah, tonight I've got a special wee brew. It's from Stass Brewing in Australia. And, Australia, I can't do it. Yeah, and so this is from Stass Brewing. He's got a little bit of promo on Facebook recently, which is good. He's got his subs up. And I myself have spent a little bit of time in Scotland, a couple of months or so, touring around, etc. And so I've tasted a few Scotch ales in my time, like your 60, 70 and 80 shillings, but I've never really had a big Scottish ale. And this is the Dogma Wee Heavy from Brewdog, and it's got I think 11 different herbs and spices, no malts, as well as I think Stass said it's got French oak chips, and yeah, this is basically a kitchen sink, but a crafted kitchen sink beer. Amazing amount of ingredients that went into it. And rather than, I think he said the heather honey, he used some mighty New Zealand Manuka. So cheers, Stass. This is a really cool beer and not something that you get to try very often. So I'm really looking forward to this. I poured it up a little bit before just to let that warm up. I'm starting to get the fuss with big beers. It's something you can savour. A sipper, I mean, it's a bit like having a single malt or something. It's not something that you're going to throw down your neck. It's a nice little sipper beer. I'll show you a little shot whilst I'm talking of the ingredients that went into it, but obviously you can get that from the D.I.Y dog, and everyone will have looked at that, and everyone must have brewed a recipe from there, except for me. I don't think I have. I need to. Yeah, so I'm not expecting there to be a huge amount of hop aroma, but it should just be a big meaty beer. So anyway, let's get a nose on. Yeah, it's got like a red wine kind of, yeah, like a big sharp red wine nose on it. I've got vanilla. I got caramel, a little bit of roast. Yeah, I reckon I am picking up a little bit of that Manuka honey. It's not something you normally get fragrance, that the honey, because it gets eaten up by the yeast, but I'm definitely getting a bit of Manuka off that. Yeah, it's had bourbon chips in it. I'm not getting bourbon, but I'm definitely getting that oaky barrel aroma off it. And having done that Russian Imperial Stout, I'm kind of starting to get to grips with wood chips and how they affect beer. So anyway, this isn't about the aroma, it's all about the taste. It's superb. That is a big beer. Little dry on the finish, and Stass made a remark about the fact that he thinks he overdid the oak a little bit at the expense of the malt. Which, yeah, I would probably agree that it's a little bit dry, and you definitely know it's oaked, but it's got a really good roasty bitterness. But it's not, like I said before, it's not astringent or harsh. It's just a good meaty roast. I think there is a good level of caramel and sweetness to balance out that roast. It's not a huge amount of chocolate. I think there was about 3% or so, but I'm getting some really good chocolate. He's used flaked oats in there, so I'm getting yeah, that sticky sweet body that you want. And if you can have a look, it's sticking around the glass, beautiful lacing. It's a nice viscous drop. This is a cracking brew, and I've been trying to scam a recipe off Grant Baker for a wee heavy since I've seen him do one, so I might keep pestering for that and hopefully I'll get one. Cheers, Grant. Yeah, so I'm going to enjoy that. I might have that in the bath with a cigar later on. I don't smoke cigars, but I will have a bath. Yeah, what do we got today? I did a Mosaic Pale Ale. I'm trying to get over my phobia of using US-05 yeast. I've never been happy with it, but I think that's just due to my poor fermentation skills. And I haven't used it for about, I don't know, probably about a dozen brews. I just stayed away from it and used my liquid yeast. But I think it's my fermentation techniques and looking after yeast and just generally doing a bit of water chemistry and all those good things. I'm hoping that US-05 will pull through. I double packed that, as you'll see, and that's been fermenting amazingly. So yeah, we'll see. And obviously Mosaic have been turned on to that by that Wagon Brewing XPA that I did. But I've added a bit of Rako for a bit more sort of darker fruits to maybe balance out that Mosaic, which is quite dominant. Yeah, so we'll see how that turns out. I really need to nail pale ales because I think that's a really good measure of your brewing skills, and I don't think I'm up to standard on that yet. So yeah, I'm hoping for a bit of a home run on that pale ale. I haven't done, for you guys, I haven't done a tasting of that Danklord or that big IPA I did. I should do that, but pretty much I think I achieved what I wanted to achieve, but it was just too bitter. I think I overdid the Columbus. So this time in this brew I've really dialed back the Columbus and just used it primarily as bittering and stayed away from it in terms of aroma. So yeah, that's about it. Yeah, cheers Stass for the beer, and we'll get on with a bit of brew footage. So cheers guys, and might have a few more reviews coming out this week. I did one of Chris's beer the other day, and yeah, cheers. Thanks guys, happy Homebrew Wednesday, and stay safe. Cheers. When your HLT's a bit hot and you're doing an impromptu brew day, fill up your pot noodle with the HLT water. Here's a tip for you boys. Thought I'd be a little bit tricky, and I changed my water ratio just to get a bit of a thicker mash, but didn't work. I'll go a bit of a stuck sparge, and then you get the odd air bubble too if you haven't quite got enough liquid in the lines. So I've changed my ratio down to basically 3 to 1, which seems to be flowing nicely because that's what I built the system in mind. You can see a few bubbles coming out, so I might need a little bit more water just to stop any air in the lines. In goes the mash addition, and this is Epsom salts, calcium chloride and calcium sulfate. We'll take a pH reading in a minute. Got a reading of 5.6, a little bit too high, so I'm going to chuck about 150 of acid mold in there. So it's looking like a nice colour, relatively see-through through these opaque hoses. And yeah, I've dialed it down with a bit of acid malt, and we're heading towards mash out now. Alright, we got to hot break. So in goes 13 grams of Columbus. A little bit of bittering, and plenty of Mosaic and Rako to come, and I'll probably end up dry hopping with a bit of Citra too. In goes 20 grams of Mosaic, Irish moss, and some yeast nutrient. Right, in terms of that counterflow chiller that I've purchased, which I still haven't hung up properly, that would take about a minute to get down to 80 degrees. So yeah, whirlpool time anyway. I think I'm going to struggle to get it down past about 30 degrees or so today, because the groundwater is about 20 degrees, or I should say tank water. So yeah, big mother load of Mosaic and Rako. I've got 50 grams of each. So I was taken a task by a subscriber, and yeah, he said don't rehydrate. In this case, 2 packs of US05. He said don't rehydrate them in water. Apparently it stops them from expanding. So I'm going to rehydrate these in 25 degree water. Wait till it's gone all gooey, and then I might chuck a little bit of water, and then we'll pitch it at the correct temperature. Well, I can't see it getting down to 18 degrees, so if it gets about 22 tonight, I'll bung it in the fermenter, and then we'll get that in the chiller. So I've just been rocking that backwards and forwards for about 2 minutes solid. Nice creamy head, and I dripped it in from the boil kettle. So hopefully enough oxygen. 2 packs of US05. See you on the other side of a clean fermentation. How's that for painting with beer? Look at that separation. So some decent fermentation there. That double pack of US05 has been cranking for nearly a week. And the beautiful sounds from the swapper crack bottle tells me she's bubbling away nicely. So yeah, happy with that. That's going to get a dry hop about 7 days, and I think 10 days. And I'll be doing Citra, maybe some Mosaic, but definitely some more Rako, just to balance it out. I've heard Mosaic's pretty powerful. So that started bubbling after probably only 12 hours, which is the fastest I've had for pitched dry yeast. So I'm pretty happy with that.